Welcome back, True Seeker. Viral news on the web today. Elon Musk smoking weed on the Joe Rogan podcast. There's a lot of content circulating about this. If you're here, you're fortunate because this is going to be the most important video about this little ritual that took place. Elon Musk seemingly smoking weed for the first time in his life. And if you've seen the clip, he didn't even inhale. He did it like a cigar. He just took a little bit in his mouth and blew it out right away. But there was a ritual here. And it was the same ritual that was with the rigged football game yesterday. And if you missed what I said about the football game before it was played, I said watch for the number 26. This entire football game is going to be about the number 26. And that's exactly what happened. There were 3 touchdowns scored. They were all by the number 26. The Eagles kicked a field goal. It was a 26-yarder. There was a record amount of penalties, 26 accepted penalties. This world, what we get through the TV, through the mainstream media, it is all part of a controlled script that every day is guided by numerology. If you know the language of numerology and the language of numbers and letters, which is Gematria, which Joe Rogan actually talked about a few years ago, and a lot of people thought when Joe Rogan talked about that, it must be because my work was getting out there, and it very well might have been. I was the only person on the web teaching about it at the time. But to date, Joe Rogan's never had me on his podcast, and that's too bad because most of his shows are completely irrelevant, and if he had me on, his audience would learn a whole lot. But anyway, check this out. Elon Musk is 47 years old. Real special number to the Freemasons who control the world of media. And I'm sure control Joe Rogan and Elon Musk, as we've shown several times before. Anyway, Elon Musk is 47 years old. He turned 47 on June 28th. And I just want you to see this. From his birthday to September 6th, the date of this podcast where he smoked weed, it was his 71st day being his age. And the word weed has Gematria 71 in the base ciphers. But the thing here was 26. This was the big ritual. September 6, 2018 was a date with 26 numerology. 26 represents the word flag. Last year, we called the Super Bowl on September 23rd as Eagles versus Patriots by understanding this code. Showed how it was all about the flag, the number 26. And last night, Nick Foles picks up his 26th win. The name Nick equals 26. Just understand, that ritual in the NFL, a lot like this ritual here, because it's about 26 again. 26 date numerology, this happens. Look at the surname Rogan and the surname Musk. They both sum to 26. In the same cipher that Nick sums to 26. Again, Nick Foles picked up his 26th win last night. But for the ultimate kicker, Joe Rogan just had his birthday August 11th, and from his birthday to September 6th was 26 days later. He gets this big name guest, Musk, gets him to smoke weed. And understand, it's all a ritual. It's all a perfect ritual just to get people talking, just another distraction for the day. Every day the media is here to distract us. Sports are here to entertain us, distract us. Movies, TV shows. Joe Rogan used to be big on NBC doing his Fear Factor. The powers that shouldn't be, they want us entertained, they want us distracted because it makes us forget about our reality every day. That we are slaves in a banker tyrant system, in a military police state. And, the people who do it, who are responsible for it, they have some fun with it. They have some fun with it. They give you Elon Musk smoking weed, They give you Elon Musk on a stage laughing about how fake his rocket launch by the numbers looks with a Tesla car and David Bowie music playing. He says, it just looks so fake, but it's real. It's all ritual by the numbers. Everything Elon Musk does is a ritual by the numbers. Everything all this entire world of celebrity does is by the numbers. From sports to Hollywood to TV. Again, it's all Freemasonry. September 6th, 9/6 like 96. We had Burton Leon Reynolds Jr., which equals 96, dead on 9/6. We had the retired 49er announced dead in the news yesterday, who retired in 96. We had Cory Booker. Booker equals 96. The senator put his career on the line in the Kavanaugh hearings by the numbers. Booker 96. We had the Cincinnati bank shooting. Cincinnati 96. Big Masonic ritual day. And they got Elon Musk smoking weed on it. Now, there's a few more kickers here. They said there was also a samurai sword pulled out during this Joe Rogan podcast. Yesterday's date had 26 numerology. It also had 53 numerology. Talked about this with the football game. The shape of the football, the Vesica Piscis. Vesica Piscis equals 53. You got your 53-man roster. You got your 53-yard wide field. Pennsylvania equals 53, where the game was yesterday. I pointed out that Nick Foles could get his 16th win at home. 53 is the 16th prime number. He sure did by the numbers. But notice, samurai sword and samurai in the two reduction-based ciphers, they both equal 53. Thought that was interesting. You know, props by the numbers. In case you're new here, there's 4 base ciphers. So each word will have 4 numerical outputs, and they're usually all relevant. See, the headlines are weed, whiskey, Tesla. A lot of people saying this. He drank some whiskey, he smoked some weed on the set of Joe Rogan. And in the base ciphers, weed and whiskey both sum to 37, which is the 12th prime number. Tesla, 12. Elon Musk's company, or at least he's credited for having the company. But what I've been asserting for years is that Elon Musk is nothing more than a front. A lot of these people that are fronts for a lot of the people that are said to be, the establishers, the people who run these big companies, I don't believe it, I think they're fronts for the people who actually do run them, people who you don't know about. The banker tyrants, if you will. People who work from the shadows and then send a stooge out there like Elon Musk, who to me always seems like a dope. He doesn't seem like a very intelligent person to me. Just seems like a dopey guy, Goes on Joe Rogan's podcast, just does whatever Joe Rogan tells him to do. Here, smoke some weed, stooge boy. But notice, perfect mathematics. A few years ago, I said American Pharaoh would win the Triple Crown because it hadn't been won for 37 years. American Pharaoh would become the 12th Triple Crown winner. 37, the 12th prime. The word American equals 37 too. Also said this year why it would be the Triple Crown for Justify. It's all by the numbers. You learn this code, you can see what happens in the world of sports before it happens. You can see through news propaganda. You can see through all of it. Even the stuff that's trivial, like Elon Musk having some weed and some whiskey on the Joe Rogan podcast. Now, I know Joe Rogan's a bit interested in this topic because he covered it a few years ago, and, the problem was he didn't cover it well enough. He introduced it to his audience, but didn't give him much. So, Joe have on a good guest for once in a while. It's been a long time since you had an interesting podcast. Some people might think Elon Musk's interesting, but realize you're just watching a stooge. You want to watch some fraud celebrity? That's not going to do anything for your life. You learn about this code, it'll do a ton. So Joe Rogan, if you see this, I'm out here. Got an important book to promote to the masses. Joe Rogan likes to pretend like he's about the truth, But he's not really. He could surprise me, though, if he invited me on the show. That would be a big surprise. And that would be a big blessing for his audience. Because he does have a big audience. All right, truth seekers, until next time. Encore. For one more 37-12 relationship, I should mention that the name Joe sums to 12 like Tesla. Again, 37, the 12th prime.